Hi there, welcome back. You're still watching Your Trades with me on ET now. Well, let's get back our panel of guests and Mr. Palviya, pardon me, I'm going to come to you with my question. And my question is on the auto segment, right? Because this week we've seen quite the run-up coming in auto. That segment ended the week as the top sectoral gainer on the Nifty as well. And you had names like TVS Motor that crossed 1 trillion rupees market cap. M&M has done pretty well, up 7.5% for the week as well. So do you think this was only based on the brokerage notes that we saw for M&M and the numbers, and the rally only lasted for so long till all the jitters about and the excitement about this wears off? Or do you still see some more legs to this rally that we're seeing in the auto space?
So most of the auto stocks are doing good, and looking at the overall structure for most of the stocks are enjoying almost near to their all-time high trajectory, be it Maruti, be it Mahindra and Mahindra, Bajaj Auto. All these stocks are doing good, and the kind of buying interest which we are seeing in this volatile market also, that clearly shows that we can see further more traction in these stocks. So our preferred choice from this pack is Mahindra and Mahindra. That recent breakout is clearly showing that we can see further more traction in M&M, and possibly we can see target towards 2000 on a positional basis for M&M. So one can adopt a buy and accumulate strategy for M&M, and possible we can see in the coming weeks we can see this rally can extend further higher. Even Maruti is also enjoying all-time high trajectory, and the kind of buying interest now we are seeing, the renewed buying interest which we are seeing above 11,000 mark, that clearly shows that now this momentum can exceed further, and possible target on the higher side we can see towards 11,800 to 12,000 in the continuation of this up move. So that stock is also looking promising, and Tata Motor, that stock is clearly outperforming stocks. So I think that these three stocks one can look to buy at the current juncture, and possibly we can see a further more rally to continue. Bajaj Auto from two-wheeler space is also looking bullish. So I think these four stocks one can look to buy from the automobile space at this moment.
Right, well, absolutely. So that's been the move when it comes to auto, but we've seen some strength emerging in some of the pharma names as well. So Ashi, I'll come to you. The likes of Natco Pharma, Aurobindo Pharma have seen good moves this week. Even Glenmark Pharma was a buzz today, even though it's a subdued move coming in on a weekly basis. So what are you penciling in for these names and for the sector as a whole? In fact, what are the key growth triggers that you see for the pharma space?
We've seen in pharma, and it's actually come off a period of relative underperformance over the last couple of years. There was significant pricing pressure in the US if you go back 9 to 12 months back. That has very clearly kind of receded. So the pricing pressure that the sector was facing has basically come off. There are a few large drug opportunities that is actually benefiting the sector. Revlimid is clearly one of them, and there are a number of companies which are all actually benefiting from relatively large revenues and volumes at very high margins that are coming in. I think in the case of Aurobindo, they've recently cleared an FDA inspection without any observations. So what you're basically seeing in terms of drivers is, by and large, when it comes to pharma, the US still is an extremely important market. And the combination of reduced pricing pressure, certain interesting drug opportunities is helping drive that. EM and India growth kind of continues to be relatively kind of a steady state. So it's really that, I think, a combination of pricing pressures recede and very interesting relative valuations that they started off is what's kind of leading to this overall optimism that you're currently seeing in pharmaceuticals. As long as this trend remains, the rally could potentially continue.
All right, Ashi, thanks for your view coming on that. Mr. Palviya, let me come back to you and share with us what's your stock-specific strategy going ahead into the next week. What stocks are you picking for our viewers?
Stock is from the pharma itself, and Ipca Lab is looking very promising, very strong buying action in today's session. Short covering was clearly there. Stock is now penetrating to its previous swing high. Looking at the volume action, looking at the weekly on a weekly basis close, that clearly shows that Ipca Lab can continue furthermore upside. 1290 is the next target where we are expecting for the stock to deliver in short term. So one can buy with stop loss of 1215. The second stock is from IT Pack, that is Wipro. Very strong buying action on a daily, weekly, monthly time frame. Stock is outperforming. After a long consolidation on a monthly as well as on the yearly chart. Now stock is breaking out, and the kind of breakout which we are seeing and the series of higher top higher bottom formation on daily chart, that clearly shows that Wipro can continue outperformance. 570 we can see on the higher side in the short term, so one can buy Wipro with stop loss of 525. And the third stock is from mid cap space, that is Gujarat Pipavav Port Limited. If we analyze the overall structure, stock is in uptrend. Series of higher top, higher bottom formation is taking place. Stock managed to give breakout on a daily, weekly time frame of its falling trend line. Very strong buying action in last couple of trading session. We believe that GPPL can continue furthermore upside, and possible target for Gujarat Pipavav we can see towards 230. So one can buy this stock with stop loss of 190.
All right. Thank you so much for that roundup coming in on that particular sector. But with this, we're out of time on this edition of Your Trades on ET Now. From me, Shreyanshi Singh, my co-anchor Snehi Shah, as well as the entire team that put this show together. Thank you so much for watching.